Good morning, children. Welcome to today's politics class. In our last video, we were discussing about Adivasis, how Adivasis are marginalized, how they are coming side of the mainstream. Okay, then how they lost their importance from our societies. Okay, because the Adivasis are well cultured and economically also very good, but the modern society when developed, because of the developments they destroyed it. Okay, and they lost their forest and their wealth, and they scattered to different parts of the India, and some of them migrated to cities, and like that they become very weak. Okay, their culture and dignity, everything lost because of the developments of our modern society. Today I am going to explain about minorities and marginalization and Muslims and marginalization. Okay, these 2 points today we can discuss and study: the minorities and marginalization, Muslims and marginalizations. Okay, so let us start our class. Okay, children, minorities and marginalization. The communities which are numerically small in relation of the rest of the population are known as minorities. Okay, minorities means the communities which are numerically small in relation to the rest of the population are known as minorities. Okay, minorities and majorities. Minority, the numerically small in relation to the rest of the population. Majority means most of the people believe in one religion and practicing one customs. Like that people, we can say in India, Hinduism is a majority, and other minorities, we can say Muslims, Christians, Sikh, all these are minorities. Okay, so they are numerically small in relation to the rest of population are known as minorities. Okay, then the Constitution of India provides safeguards to protect minority communities. Okay, the Constitution of India provides safeguards to protect minority communities. Okay, an Indian Constitution recognizes that the culture of the majority influence the way in which society and government might express themselves. In such case, size can be disadvantages and lead to the marginalization of the relatively smaller communities. Okay, Indian Constitution recognizes that the culture of the majority influence the way in which society and government might express themselves. In such case, size can be disadvantages and lead to the marginalization of the relatively smaller communities. Okay, so sometimes the government can be support majority. Okay, so that is why that kind of discrimination can be happen. Then what happened when the government is supporting majority? These minorities excluded from all the developments and all kinds of rights. So that is why the constitution prohibits that one. Okay, the strictly constitution prohibits that, and constitution giving all the rights to minorities also. Okay, why majority can be access the power. Okay, majority can be access the power, majority can be influence the constitution, and they can get all kinds of developments and rights and everything. So that is why constitution itself, when the constitution made out, that time itself in the constitution clearly written that is the minorities powers and freedoms and rights, everything is clearly written. Okay, so now the government can't avoid minorities. They have to include all kinds of developments, include in the minorities also. So that is very important. Okay, so always size can be a problem for the marginalization, because the majority, the government support the majority and majority support the government also. So they can do not have any problem, and they can freely rule. But then minorities always suffer. So that is why the constitution gives the rights. Okay, the safeguards are needed to protect minority communities against the possibility being culturally dominated by the majority. They also protect against any discrimination and disadvantages that they may face. Okay, so the constitution protects any disadvantages and they faced. That is why the minorities have fundamental rights. Okay, so that is. The constitution provides these safeguards because it is committed to protecting India's cultural diversity, promoting equality as well as justice. Okay, The judiciary plays a crucial role in upholding the law and enforcing fundamental rights. Every citizen of India can be approached the courts if they believe their fundamental rights have been violated. So the fundamental rights clearly states that every citizen, all the citizens of India can be approached the court. Anyone do not get their fundamental rights means they can approach the court. Okay, so these minorities also, if they violated the rights means the majority influence them means they can also access the court and get the fundamental rights. It is very important. Then Muslims and marginalization. In India, Muslims are considered as one of the minority community. They are only 30.4% of the total population. Okay, then Muslims also as one biggest example of marginalization. Muslims and marginalization is happening because in India Muslims are considered as one of the minority communities. They are only 30.4% of the total population. Okay, then Muslims are marginalized community. We can give reasons, that is Muslims are marginalized communities in India because in comparison to other communities they have over the years been deprived of benefits of socio-economic development. Okay, like to other communities, these Muslims always suffering. Okay, they are deprived from the developments. Okay, so that is very important. Then like other minorities, Muslims' customs and practices are sometimes quite distinct, different from what is seen as the mainstream. Okay, so if you look at the mainstream if you compare with the Muslims and mainstreams, the mainly it is their Muslims' customs and practices are entirely different. Okay, and so that is why they are more marginalized and they are more neglected from the societies. Okay. Like some Muslims may wear the burqa, support to long beard, then wear a fez and thus become ways to identify Muslims. Okay, children, these Muslims dressing styles, they are wearing this one cap, always one white cap they are wearing, and they are using long dresses, and especially Muslim women, they are wearing this mafta, like that parda also. So all these things are so their customs and practice and dressing styles, everything is different from the mainstreams. So that is why they are always marginalized. Okay, then according to the 2000 census, Muslims are 40% of the 40.4 okay now percent of the India's population and are considered to be marginalized community in India today, because in comparison to other communities they have over the years been deprived of the benefits of socio-economic development. Okay, always they are neglected or deprived from the development. Okay, that is why now they are improving. In Kerala they are already improved. Okay, but in northern areas, go to nearby the UP, that sides, Bengal, all these sides, they are very poor, they are marginalized, and the majority community always neglect them, and like that many discrimination is happening. So they are always suffering, okay, from the majority, and the development always not lead to them. Okay, that is happening. That is why here is one table is given, data table is given in your textbook, page number 88 and 89. Just look at, there is religious communities, Hindu, Muslim, Christian, Sikh, everything is given, the percentage also. Okay, and their Pakka house and Pacha house, that means good houses, and electricity, how they are access, and all these things given, and compare with and their situation, you have to understand, read and understand it. Okay, so that is today's class. Okay, this chapter is ended. You have to read the chapter carefully and underline important points, understand it. If you have any doubt, you can ask me. Okay, you can call me and ask me. Okay, so that is today's class is going to end. Today we discuss minorities and marginalization. And what is minority? The community which are numerically small in relation to the rest of population are known as minorities. Then the Constitution of the India provides safeguard protect minority because their size is small, and because that they need protection, because always majority can be access the power, so that the constitution prohibits. And like that many rights is given to the minorities, and the fundamental rights we have, the constitution and the judiciary is always upholding the equality. So if anyone's violation of the fundamental rights, we can reach the court. Then Muslims and marginalization also, the only 30.4 percentage only in your textbook, that is 2% is given, 30.2 percentage. Okay, anyway, the percentage we can see that is very less. Okay, that is they are very less members in community. So that is so today's class is over. Great, thank you to listening my class. Okay.